This is a quick small study that's written as a correspondence, where it's looking at the neutralizing antibodies in the blood sera for 4 different groups. For people that haven't been vaccinated and have 2 breakthrough infections, for people that have had 3 vaccinations and 2 breakthrough infections, for people that have had 3 vaccinations and an Omicron breakthrough infection, and then looking at that same group after receiving the bivalent vaccine following that Omicron breakthrough infection, with about a 200-day gap between the infection and the vaccination, where it has 4 in the unvaccinated and 2 infection group, 9 individuals in the 3 times vaccinated and 2 infection group, and then 6 individuals that had 3 vaccinations and an Omicron breakthrough infection, following those same 6 people later after the bivalent vaccination. Where the authors were interested in this because many people have been vaccinated and then had a breakthrough Omicron infection. So the authors were then interested in if the bivalent booster could improve the serum neutralization, the serum antibody response to Omicron variants following vaccination, where the answer is a resounding yes. For the serum samples obtained from the same individuals after their bivalent booster vaccination, had a 2 to 4-fold increase in their neutralizing antibody titers against XBB variants, where this is what that looks like. So this is these 6 individuals after breakthrough infection with COVID, but before getting the bivalent booster, and then this is the same individuals after getting the bivalent booster about 200 days later, where they have a significantly increased neutralizing antibody response to the XBB 1.5 variants. Interestingly, the same was also true for people that had 2 breakthrough infections. So for instance, these are people that were 3 times vaccinated and then had a breakthrough infection, so they're around 70 and 60 for their neutralizing antibody response for the XBB variants. And then these were the ones with 2 breakthrough infections of these most likely XBB variants, XBB breakthrough infection, where it increased to 240 and 120. So also a 2 to 4-fold increase, similar to being vaccinated. The difference, however, is in the antibody responsiveness to everything else. So if we look at these variants over here from BA.5 to the Delta, where we're seeing not insignificant reductions in the others, which seems to imply that you might gain a targeted antibody response to what you were infected with, but you might also be losing your memory response to other things, where this finding is actually reinforced through people that have had 2 breakthrough infections but have no vaccinations, where they seem to be generating some level of immune responsiveness to what they were likely infected with, but have low to no immunity to things that they were not infected with, showing that having even base levels of vaccination with 3 vaccine primary series provides a broadened antibody responsiveness to many different variants of COVID, and that when you boost with additional vaccines for COVID that are targeting different variants, like we see here with the bivalent 4th vaccination, you get a broadened immune response to other things like the XBB 1.5, showing that these vaccinations have an additive effect and broaden your immunity to different variants, so that when these variants continue to mutate, you still have at least some level of antibody responsiveness to these new variants. And we know that because the bivalent vaccine is targeted to BA.4 and BA.5, so we would expect to see a BA.5 antibody responsiveness increase, but we're also seeing XBB antibody responsiveness increase, showing a broadened strengthening of the immune system. Furthermore, that antibody responsiveness is significantly higher in people that have had vaccinations than the people that had no vaccinations and just got infected. See, the median numbers here in the best categories is 400, and we compare that to these ones, so 640, 960, 640, 1,120, 900, 800. So immunity from infection alone really just pales to getting vaccinated. Additionally, it seems pretty probable that with the higher number of infections that you have, the lower overall broadened immunity that you have, with the caveat being that if you get vaccinated following your infection, it seems to re-strengthen your broadened immunity.